Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ali and here I just talk to myself about books, and then maybe you may or may not watch this at a later date. It's been a while since my last video. I feel like one of those like Catholic confessions. It's been 3 years since my last confession. It hasn't. It's been a couple of months or maybe a few weeks. I don't really know. I've lost all concept of space and time since my last video, so I thought I would just do like a general life update and kind of every bookish related thing I've been doing recently. So let's get started. Yeah, so as I said, it's been a long time since I last filmed a video. I don't actually remember when my last video was. I think it was like January or February, and we're now in April. I don't really have an excuse for why. I just took like an unintentional hiatus, I think, from filming and posting videos. I'm glad to be back though, because I did miss it and I do enjoy this. Talking to myself, talking to you out there who may be listening and watching this later on. Yeah, I was ill for a couple of weeks with like a cough and stuff, so I couldn't really speak, so I didn't film anything for those couple of weeks. Then I kind of got out of practice. As I've mentioned before, we are also selling our house, so there was a lot of like getting people around to view the house and then us going places to look at houses as well, and I don't know, this just kind of slipped through the cracks. Yeah, but I'm back and I'm gonna just tell you kind of what's been happening, what I've been reading, where I've been going. I've gone like a little bit of a book haul of like the various special editions that arrived in the past couple of months, as well as like books that from pre-orders and just random things I've bought since then. And also I went to Fictionfest last weekend, so I'll tell you all about that as well. I'm not really sure where to start, so I think I'll start with what I've currently been reading. So right now at this moment in time I am reading Before They Are Hanged, which is book 2 in the first Law trilogy by Joe Abercrombie. I am very close to the end, as you can see there, and I'm really enjoying it. Yeah, it's really good. I love a bit of grimdark. It's not as grimdark as I was anticipating, to be honest, but it is fun and I'm enjoying it. I really love the characters. I say I love the characters. I love some of the characters. They're all awful, but I love them. And yeah, I'm really enjoying the story. I also have an event booked to go meet Joe Abercrombie in like Cambridge in a few weeks' time, so it's the perfect time for me to like binge this series. I'll also take Devils with me up here and kind of see where I go. I also made my partner start reading this and he loves it, so he's been reading like all the standalones and stuff as well. So we are now a fully Joe Abercrombie household. But yeah, really enjoying this, and I'll hopefully finish this shortly after I finish filming this video. And then I will pick up my next book, which you would think is book 3. I will pick that up before the end of the month, but no, instead I'm going to be doing Holy Boy by Lee Hee-ju. This is a Korean translated fiction, and we've picked this for my friend's book club that I have, and we need to talk about it next weekend, so I was like, I really need to read this before then. But I also thought it was very kind of like topical at the moment, with like BTS making a return. I do have tickets to go see them, thank you kindly. And this is about essentially like K-pop fans who get so obsessed with a K-pop idol that they like kidnap him essentially. So I'll just quickly read the blurb, but I'm very excited to read this. Kidnapping Yosep seemed like the ultimate act of love. For 4 of his adoring fans, a poster on the wall just didn't cut it. They needed him all to themselves, and weren't they doing him a favour anyway, freeing him from the shackles of fame? But inside a secluded mansions plagued by paranoia and with their grip on reality slowly loosening, these women must use increasingly disturbing strategies to keep Yosep in their possession. As their angel's halo slips, their scheme unravels. They must fight not only to keep him, but to keep their secret buried at all cost. So, I mean, it just sounds unhinged. I would never, obviously, kidnap any K-pop idol. I'm not that mad, but I do understand the obsession, and to be honest, I have read so many stories of like crazed fans like stalking people that they like adore and like trying to break into their house and stuff. So I'm quite intrigued to see how this story kind of unfolds, and yeah, to talk about it with my friends. I mean, I might as well tell you about Fictionfest next, I guess, before I do all the like little book hauls. So last weekend I went to Fictionfest, which is was Manchester's first ever book convention, which was set up by a few friends. It was kind of like, shall we do this? People were like, yes, you should, and they did, and it was honestly such a good event. Yes, Manchester was far. Did I enjoy the drive up and down from Manchester? No, but I got to listen to an audiobook on the way, and also to various like K-pop songs, so it was good. And yeah, because I bought the early bird ticket, I got this gift bag with it, which came with a bunch of goodies, and I will just show you kind of what I ended up getting from Fictionfest. I was actually very controlled, and I only ended up getting 4 books, one of which was included in the gift bag, so only 3 books, which for me is insanely good. So I'll go through those first, and then I'll kind of show you what else we've kind of gotten since then. Okay, so the book that came with the bag itself is We Are Not Like Them by Christine Pride and Joe Piazza. This is a contemporary literature story, kind of focusing on the themes of friendship, racism, and kind of the differences between people. So I'll quickly read the blurb. I had never heard about this before, but it does sound really good, and I think I will like it. Riley and Jen have been best friends since they were children, and they thought their bond was unbreakable. It never matters to them that Riley is black and Jen is white, and when Jen's husband, a Philadelphia police officer, is involved in the shooting of an unarmed black teenager, everything changes in an instant. This one act could destroy more than just Riley and Jen's friendship. As their community takes sides, so must Jen and Riley, and for the first time in their lives, the lifelong friends find themselves on opposing sides. But can anyone win a fight like this? So it does sound really good, and I believe it's actually written by 2 best friends, so I don't know if it's kind of a little bit of their experience as friends. But yeah, really excited to read this. As I said, I've never really heard about it before, and it just came as like it was like a lovely, cutely wrapped mystery book, like a date with a mystery book, and yeah, this is the one I ended up getting. A few of my so we went with 3 of my friends as well, so 2 of them got like 2 fantasy books, and one of them got a historical fiction book, and they were all just like amazing picks. So they really went all out for these like gift bags and the books included in them. But yeah, it was a great time. I'll put up here us with our little books before we unwrapped them all. Okay, cool. In terms of books I actually picked up myself, I only picked up 3, as I said. I went for like a contemporary romance that's like K-drama inspired or K-pop inspired, a kind of folk horror, and then a Beauty and the Beast fantasy retelling or romantasy retelling. So I'll quickly go over that one. So this is Wrath of the Never Queen by Storm Lomax. This is the Beauty and the Beast retelling, and I got it signed by the author at the store. She was super lovely, and it was really nice to meet her. And oh, what's this? Oh yeah, and then it's like a little leave a review thing. So yes, it's an indie author published book, and it sounded really good, so I was like, yes, let's try it. And my friend also got a copy, so I guess we'll read it together, kind of a buddy read. Shivani, a talented witch, has so far avoided the annual summoning. In her village, women are sent to the king each year and given 6 months to win the prince's heart and break his beastly curse. No one has succeeded. Deep in debt and with the promise of a handsome reward, Shivani's father volunteers her for the summoning. Shivani is drugged to dull her witchcraft and taken to the castle against her will. But as the countdown begins, Shivani peels back the true dark history of the castle and its trapped inhabitants. When she discovers a long-forgotten tunnel, she could leave the horrors of the summoning and the cruel king behind. But it couldn't save the prince, and it wouldn't free the servants. So Shivani could stay, if she's shrewd enough to decipher the curse before the executioner's axe drops. And apparently this is full of female rage, which I do enjoy. So I also came a little bookmark. But yes, quite excited to read this, and it's not super long, and I think it'll be quite like a nice way to break up some of my bigger fantasy reads. The next book I picked up was the folk horror one. So this is The Story of the Dear Woman by Heidi Hinder Chadwick. I also got this signed by the author, who was there at the store, which is really nice. And yeah, I am super excited to read it. I also love this cover. But yeah, this sounds like really good, and it's a short story, but it does sound right up my street, to be honest. So once upon a time, we were all animals. A sudden gust of wind, a drop of blood, a transformation into something not quite human. A strange wind sweep through Manchester, unsettling the city and those who live within it. One woman finds herself swept into Manchester Museum, where a small accident changes everything. After pricking her finger on a rusted nail, she begins a transformation she cannot explain, one that pulls her away from ordinary life and towards something older, wilder, and far more dangerous. The Story of the Dear Woman is a dark, lyrical modern myth about transformation, desire, and the dangerous pull of immortality. Blurring the lines between human and animal, reality and enchantment, it asks what happens when we stop listening to the wild and what happens when it answers back. And I think she said it was like, as I said, kind of folk horror, a bit unhinged, a bit like gross in places, which, you know, right on my street. I love a bit of darkness, a bit of enchantment, and yeah, I, to be honest, did judge it by the cover as well because it's stunning. And then last but not least, the next book I got is one that I actually had seen before and I did want to pick up. So this is A World Apart by Kate Alexandra. This is kind of like a K-pop, K-drama inspired romance, and again, I got it signed by the author, which is super cute. And also, it turns out she's going to be at the BTS concert as well, of course. But yeah, it just sounded like really cute and just like contemporary romance, fun vibes, which I enjoy sometimes. So I'm hoping I do like this one. It's like the third in a trilogy, I believe. So if I do enjoy it, I'll pick up some of the other ones as well. So when 22-year-old Kaya chases her dream of being a music producer all the way to LA from London, she never expected to fall into the orbit of Jihoon, a K-pop idol who lives his life under the relentless glare of the spotlight. But a secret relationship was not what she signed up for. As her feeling for Jihoon grows, the less certain she is about what she wants. As the demand for Jihoon's fame and the intense scrutiny of the public eye threaten to destroy what they've built, Jihoon and Kaya must decide, is their love worth the cost, or will they always be a world apart? Yeah, I'm just gonna pretend it's me and a Rem. No, I'm joking. I don't know. Perhaps not. But yeah, so those are kind of the books that I got from Fictionfest, and then I'll just kind of show you some of the goodies that came in the bag as well, and like other things I picked up, because I did get to meet a couple of authors as well who were there for signings, and I was super excited. But yes, so these are the books I got from Fictionfest. I totally forgot, I actually did get another set of books from Fictionfest. Can I remember what they're called? 1 second. They came as like an ebook bundle, so I did get them from the author at her stall, and she sent them via email. Yes, so it's by an author called Laura Carter, and the books are called Secrets of the Dead, Legacy of the Heirs, Return of the Darkness, Myths and Lies of Itheon, and Truth of the Light. And it's like a 5-book series at the moment, and I believe the 6th book is going to be out in October, so I was like, what a better time to start and binge yet another series, even though I said I wouldn't get any more because I have all of these ones to read. So yeah, I did also get that set of books. I just forgot about them because they are ebooks, so they're currently on my Kindle, but I did technically then get 9 books, I suppose, but I mean, it was a steal because they were £5 for the whole ebook bundle, which is insane. So I really hope they're good. I think they sound interesting, so I'm quite excited to give them a read. Okay, so I'll just quickly show you a few of the other little bits that came in the goodie bag and kind of that I picked up along the travels. So I did get a bookmark for Dear Women. I also got this bookmark that came as a part of the goodie bag, which is adorable. I got a pop socket, which I might end up putting on the back of my Kindle because it is cute. And also a little VIB, very important book person. I can't remember what it stands for. But yeah, a little pin from Fictionfest, which was adorable. This is from A World Apart, so it's a cute little, you know, K-pop, K-drama heart. A bunch of like little stickers that came with the bag as well. And then yes, so we got to meet, and I will put pictures up here, Tori Bovolino, who very kindly signed a little book plate for me so I can stick it in my book, which is The Second Death of Locke, wherever I've put it. Up there, you can't see it. But I really enjoyed that book. I read it with my friends who actually came to Fictionfest as well. We all forgot to bring a book because that's just what we're like. And we were super excited to meet Tori Bovolino and get these little book plates signed. But we'd actually literally just done like a little book club discussion the week before. So it was really, really nice to meet her. I really enjoyed the book and I'm very much looking forward to the next one. But yes, I'll be sticking this into my copy. I got these two little bracelets from A World Apart stall as well, so G Vibes and Jihoon, which is the character. I also should show you like the one I made. There was like a little store, and I think I got a little bit overwhelmed with the amount of people and stuff that just needed some quiet time, so I just made myself a little bracelet, and I was like, oh, you know, I might as well just make myself one for BTS because I am going, and I thought I'd done really, really well. Turns out, so it says hooligan. Turns out I spelt hooligan with the L on upside down. I just kind of thought if I threaded it in, it would sort itself out. It did not. But whatever. More special because it's completely unique now. Then we also got to meet, and this is like super exciting for me because I love this author. We got to meet Eliza Chan, and again, we'd forgotten to bring our books with us, which are Fathom Folk and Typeborn, which are up here. Really, really enjoyed those as well, and we got to speak to her. We kind of ambushed her in the corridor because she was kind of like leaving. I don't know if she was leaving, but anyway, we kind of ambushed her, had a lovely chat with her, and she signed these little book plates for us as well, and with a little stamp too, which is really cool, and gave us like a bunch of like cute goodie things that like art prints and stuff. So yeah, which is super cute. And also a sticker, and also her next book to come out sounds amazing and I cannot wait. So it's called The Harbour of Angry Ghosts, and it's essentially what she describes as Babel meets Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which is like an historical fantasy, and I just cannot wait because it sounds insane. And I will sell my soul for an arc of this, so if you're watching Eliza Chan, not that you will be, but just know I would sell my soul for an arc of this because it sounds insane. So the Owl family serve the people of Hong Kong, blessing shrines, honouring the dead and dealing with dangerous monsters incursions. The expectations on the eldest daughter Kiamling are high, which is not something her strict grandmother will ever let her forget. When the British disrupts the Hungry Ghost Festival and her grandmother is seized by a strange new monster, Kiamling must step up and lead the search. She is aided by unexpected allies, Archie, an earnest civil servant, Hoi Gore, childhood sweetheart turned merchant pirate, and Jingling, her younger sister keeping secrets of her own. Kiamling must figure out who is behind the incursion and, more importantly, how to defeat them. With British fables mingling in with local Chinese monsters, can Kiamling prove herself when the old rules no longer seem to apply? Very, very excited for this to come out, and it comes out on the 28th of July 2026. Then I also got, as part of the kind of Fictionfest goodie bag, a reading journal from Page and Wick, which I never use because I'm always worried about ruining them and then running out of steam and not completing them, which has happened before. But I think I might start using it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna use this one, and I'm gonna fill it out with all the books I read starting, I don't know when, but maybe I should start it like halfway through the year, so maybe like 1st of June or something. But I will be filling this out and using it, which is new for me. And then also just got like a bunch of other random stuff. So some Wayward stickers, some art prints from Shalini, I don't remember her name, apologies, but it's from This Monster of Mine and the sequel, which, you know, it is stunning art. And then, oh, I think actually this is it as well. Yes, these are all the same. It came with like 2 maps as well. This was actually just included in the book bag because I'm gonna be brutally honest, I wasn't the biggest fan of This Monster of Mine. I did sell my special edition copy, but I did like it enough probably to pick up the paperback and to pick up the sequel. So yeah, I'm kind of glad to have the art cards because I do love those. Then we have 2 art cards of The Second Death of Locke. So I'm super excited because I love those, and I'll be sticking those in my copy as well. And oh, the Lost Kingdom Saga, that's the books I got. This one, also look at these stunning people. But yes, this is the ebooks I got, the Lost Kingdom Saga, which sounds pretty good. I don't know if I need to tell you a little bit about Fictionfest, but anyway, as I said, it was it's the first kind of like big book convention set up in the north. So it was set in Manchester, in this really like nice convention hall. I've only been to Manchester a couple of times. I don't really know what to say about it, but I did also end up going to like this massive K-pop store afterwards, so whatever, it's gone up in my books because of that anyway. But it was far. It was like a long trip to drive, all motorway, and yeah, it took a while, but it was worth it. So I drove up literally the morning of. I met my friends there kind of just around like 10:30 I think, and we all went in, and then I stayed overnight the night of and then went home on the Sunday morning. And yeah, as I said, I had a really good time. It was only one day because it's the kind of first year, but they had like everything. They had loads of like stalls, they had different merch stalls as well, and kind of like small businesses. They had authors and indie authors as well as like traditionally published authors. They had book panels, which was really cool, and it was just like a really fun vibe. Everyone was super lovely, everyone was just like really friendly, and whilst it was very busy and a little bit overwhelming, it wasn't like unruly. Like people were being nice, nobody was pushing queues or anything. Like it wasn't like Yalk. I really enjoyed Yalk, don't get me wrong, but I felt like Yalk was very over stimulating in that it was way too busy, and also a lot of people were just like pushing in line and stuff to try and get like freebies rather than just enjoying the vibes and kind of talking to the authors. Like it was nice to actually have the time to speak to the authors about their books, to read the blurbs and kind of see if it's something that I would enjoy. So yeah, that was like a really nice part of it. And also, yeah, I don't know, it was really nice. So I think hopefully they're going to be doing it again next year, and I might end up going again next year because I did really enjoy it. I will also try and go to Yalk again next year too. Was it next? No, it's this year, isn't it? Yeah, it'll be later this year. But yeah, so really enjoyed Fictionfest. I recommend it if you're based in the north, or actually if you're not as well, but if you're based in the UK, it's a cool book convention to go to, and you can kind of like, if you're an indie author or a small business as well, you can put yourself forward to be like actually there as one of the stands, and yeah, it worked out really well, and the panels were really good as well. So yeah, that was Fictionfest. I've just realised that I've probably been nattering on for what feels like an hour, so I might split this video up into 2 and just do a separate one where I kind of go through the books that I have got recently through like book hauls and like some boxes. Yeah, I think I'll probably do that. So thank you so much for watching. I'm a little bit out of practice, so I did kind of like waffle on there, but thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do pop a like, and if you would like to see more, please subscribe, and I'll see you soon.